Welcome guys, Matt here. We're just going to talk about some of the benefits of teaching drums because I think it's really important to know the reason why you're doing it, why you're bothering to have your own teaching business and, take all the trials and tribulations and all the ups and downs that come with that. Why not just go and get a job at McDonald's where the boss tells you what time to turn up and you turn up and you don't have to think too much and you just do it and you get your paycheck at the end of the month. Why bother putting yourself through all this to actually build something up from scratch and then have it as your own? What's the point? So it's very important to have a strong why in our head. Why are we doing this? And that's what we're going to tackle right here, right now. Okay, so if we can keep a strong sense of why, our reason for doing this, that's going to help us get over the little frustrations. So when things aren't going to plan, when things are taking longer than we want to get results, and when we just feel like giving up, if we can just come back and keep a strong sense of our reason for doing this, our motivation, that will keep us pushing through, get us through those hard times and get us to the bit where we get some results and things start going our way. So the first one I want to mention is be your own boss. Number one is be your own boss. So if you've ever had a job where you don't really like your boss, or you don't really like being told what to do, or you think things can be done a different way, one of the great things about running any business of your own is you are the boss. You make the choices, you make the decisions, everything's down to you and you are in control. Okay, number two, choose your own hours. Okay, so you won't be successful if you've got a lazy mindset, but you can pick the hours. You can decide what time you want to work, what time you want to finish, and just work it around your life. So for example, I've got young kids, so I make sure I can see them in the morning before they go to school, and I make sure I can see them after school, pick them up from school and help with homework and all of that stuff. I can also determine whether I work at the weekends or not. So in the past I have worked longer hours when I've needed to, but I've also got that control to scale it back to work it around my life. Now a lot of the private teaching you do will be, you've got to go where the demand is, so it might be evenings, it might be weekends. But if you want to keep those times free, you might choose to work in, for example, in schools in the day, or you might get adult students that can come in a day, or you might even do online lessons so you can work with different time zones to work at the times that suit you. All right, number three is earn what you want. Now let's be honest, you're probably not going to become a billionaire teaching drum lessons, but you can earn a really good living, support you, if you've got a family you can support them, and you can earn way above the national average salary doing something you love. So you can choose how much you want to earn. You don't have to go groveling to your boss begging for a pay rise. So if you want to earn more money, you could simply market your services more and get more students. If you really grow that to a higher level, you could bring on other tutors to teach for you and create more of a music school environment. So when you kind of get past the amount of hours you can put in physically teaching, you can bring other people in and then earn more money with the hours you've got. But it could go the other way. So you might decide you've got enough money, you can pay your bills, and actually you value your time more. So you'd rather work less hours, have more time to chill out, see friends, do the things that you love. You can do that as well. You are in complete control and you can choose whatever you want to work around your life. Number four, take holiday whenever you want. Now, as I said before, if you've got a lazy mindset, your business isn't going to do great. So you've got to have a really, really good mindset to make this successful. However, we're musicians, right? So sometimes you'll want to go to watch a gig. Sometimes you'll want to go because you've got a gig yourself that you're performing at. Or you might want to take holidays outside of the school term when it's a bit cheaper, or whatever it is. You can do it. The point is you can do it. You don't have to ask for time off and then make it up, whatever. You are in complete control of it, so you can take that time off, take the holidays, run it to suit you. Right, number five is one of my favourite because you are playing or talking about drums all day. And if you're like me and you love drums, then that's a pretty good benefit. So you don't have to do that thing where you're like working in the office for 9 hours a day and all you can think about is, I wish I was at the drum kit. And then you rush home to play the drums, but you're tired and you've got to do other jobs around the house and all that stuff. Here, you're around drums all day. That's all you do. Drums all day. You'll be sick of drums, but you won't because you love drums. It's awesome. So the next one is you end up with more kit time. So I said we're around drums all day, right? So you just end up playing drums more. So it might be between students, you get to have a few minutes playing there. It might be during lessons, you're going through some of those pad exercises with your students or doing drum duets. You do get much more time on the kit than if you weren't anywhere near drums. All right, number 7 is that teaching actually helps you learn drums. You will become a better drummer. This happens for a couple of reasons. One is, just through the nature of you having to break down what you do to explain it to someone else, it really makes you analyse that thing in a deeper way that you might not have done before. You might have just kind of taken it for granted. So as you're teaching it, you end up, trying to teach a hand technique, for example, and you might go, actually, my hand technique needs a bit of a tweak. So you end up adjusting your own playing and really analysing your playing and just end up improving. But the other way this helps is often students will come up with awesome things that you wouldn't have thought of. So they'll be giving you ideas and you can actually learn from them. And you'll also learn from the way that they learn. You'll see the way they overcome problems in ways that you might not have thought of, and that helps you learn. So through teaching, you will become a better drummer. All right, next up, you get to spend time with people you actually like. So if you've ever had a job where you've got a colleague that you hate and you just like dread every day, so you've got to go and be with them all day long, that never happens again. Even if you hated a student, you only need to see them for like half an hour a week and then they're gone, okay? But if they're that bad, you can even just refuse to teach them. It's your business, you can make the choices. Now that's never happened to me, but if you ever needed to, you've got that power. So you never have to go and talk to that horrible person that sits next to you at the desk all day and just wind you up. That'll be a thing of the past. All right, so you get to enjoy the financial benefits of being self-employed. So a lot of stuff that you buy is tax deductible, right? So one of the great ones is drum equipment. You buy a new cymbal, it's for the business, so it's tax deductible, so you can claim back some of that tax. Snare drum, drumsticks, anything drum related. But that can also go beyond just musical instruments. So that might be your computer, it might be your car, petrol, it might be clothes that you use for work. So loads of stuff that can be counted as a business expense is tax deductible. And there's some other little financial benefits in there as well if you work them well with a good accountant that make being self-employed quite a nice way to work. All right, next up is feel the passion for working for you. Every bit of effort, blood, sweat, tears, all of that is for your business and it benefits you and your family. So you're not putting all that effort in to line the pockets of the CEO so he gets a nice dividend at the end of the year. You are doing it for you, and that makes you more motivated when you get up out of bed every day because it's all for you. So the more you put in, the more you get out of it. And lastly, this is one of the big ones, I think, enjoy the buzz of progress. So that buzz of when you've had a student and you've worked hard to help them grasp something and then they get it and they're buzzing, they're so happy, that's awesome. Or maybe they go and take a music exam and they pass, they're buzzing, their parents buzzing, or maybe they do their first gig and they're super pumped up and excited and you know you've played a part in that. It's the best feeling, probably the best one out of all of the points we've covered today is that feeling knowing that you've enriched someone's life and had a real positive difference for them. All right guys, so I hope that was useful to you. If you've got some other ideas that you would perceive to be a really big benefit of teaching drums, put it in the comments below. I'd like to see them and I'm sure other people would as well. But having these strong reasons, these whys in your mind are so important. Now if you want to figure out all the other kind of nuts and bolts of running your own drum teaching business, whether you're starting it or you want to grow an existing one, click below because there's a free training. It's going to take you through everything you need to know to make it happen for real. So if you want to click below, it's down there, it's completely free and I'll see you in there.